So on Tesla, off the low, we had a false initial swing. Price went sideways for 16 weeks until here. This is a weekly chart. Then we got the breakout. Then we had another swing to the downside. Then from here, from this low, from this 138 low, first swing up 95 from here to here, 16 weeks. You see like how the swing and the time is working. Um, Now we're have from 212, sorry, 214, first swing up for 71. Now we're sideways here as well. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to match this 16, 16, 16. Okay. The let me show you something. So what happened here? Now pay attention to this. You see, like it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, almost like 10 weeks of kind of like back and forth to get down here toward this 50 to 61.8 retracement of this high and this low, right? Which is the higher low swing. And this case right there was it took four weeks, okay? It took a 32% hit. So it's 32 here and 30 here. You see like how similar these are with price and time. So in this case right there, so let's do the actual. So if you draw your, do this one. So you draw from here to here. So you had a 217 high, low was 101. You pull back right there toward this 50% retracement, which is this 159. I mean, the low was 152. Okay, fine. It was a pin bar here anyways, big, huge doji candle. And then from there, we turn around. But the breakout happened after 16 weeks. Okay. So now we'll come back here. So we take this low to this high. Now we came back down here towards 61.8 instead of 50. Okay. But you see like the price starting to recover here, pull back, but it took the same 16 weeks here, and then you got this huge breakout after 16 weeks. Now we're sitting here in the same spot. What happened here was that it took one single week, you see, from this high down here toward the 61.8 in one single week. So the price has already met, but not the time though. That's why the stock is going sideways, because it's trying to finish the time. It's either or, it cannot be. I mean, it can be perfectly aligned with price and time, kind of like hits it at the certain mark, but there's a lot of time, because your downside always stock can get hurt on some sort of a news or whatever. But then it just has to chew the time on the clock to finish up the same 16 weeks. If this is right, so we're gonna find out. This is what I mean, I've been tracking, we've been tracking this thing for over 2 weeks now. Okay, this is not something that I just recently posted yesterday. I've had this thing up, because these are weekly bars, so there's not much you can do. I mean, it's like one is down, one is up, and then it kind of goes up and down, whatever the case is. But price is just sideways, because it's just running the course to see when it comes close to this 16, which is this line right here. And then from there, we're going to see if we're going to expect a higher bar. and see if you can play the breakout. Now the question is like, do you position yourself here, wait it out until the next 4 weeks and just sits on a job? So you want to do that? Or you say like, okay, well, I'd rather pay 330 now instead of paying 367 later for a breakout. So I could have made a lot more money from here to this point. And if the breakout happens, then I can definitely, I can definitely ride the trade up. So yeah, there's always going to be decisions that you have to make by cost, from the cost point of view. Do you want to pay more later, wait for the confirmation and the time and the price to give you that confirmation to see like, okay, now you're willing to pay more for it, while right now you have a cheaper price that say like, okay, yeah, I can start establishing my position. I'm willing to wait, and then we'll see what happens, you know? So can this thing breaks down here, give a false break to everyone as possible as well, you know? But if you notice one thing, that every swing, okay, that went up from here to here, this one has this swing down. We don't have that yet. And this is exactly what this stock is waiting for. Okay. You see right there, when you had this swing, this line is going to get drawn down here. That's what you're going to have exact percentage with the price. Same thing here. We don't have that here yet. It's all blank. So this one, sooner or later, this line has to, that one of these line has to emerge, something like this. That will show us the percentage and the higher low swing of this low and this high. Then from here, we can make the case like this. So bottom line is this stock just chewing time right now. So unless we're just looking at something like this, that's a totally different debate, which has not happened anywhere before. Of this low to this high, this low to this high, these are the largest percentage swing. The rest of them are all like, you see how well, like 29%, 31%, 34%, 32%. You see, like, I mean, it's all lower lows, you know. You have a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. It just look at this percentage, like how close they are. So now the same thing right there. You have 30 here, 32.8 here. We don't have anything here yet. I want to see this line. I was trying to price out a calendar yesterday to see if we can do a calendar spread for the next 3 weeks. I'll take a look and see over the weekend, see if I can price something, or try to see if we can do some sort of a butterfly. We can do either or. I mean, they both are. Calendar is like you sell in the front end call, and you're buying um the 1 week further out call. What you're trying to do is just like the call that you're short on a shorter time, that you're trying to collect the premium from that. The calendar definitely kind of, it's a good way to do it, because what happens is that let's say you set up a calendar for 4 weeks, 1 month, right? The longer you sit on a chop, the short call that you have that is melting, right? You and then you long call as well. Because if the price breaks out, you can simply close out the short call. So let's suppose I'm just giving you an example. Let's suppose you go to October. Like what is it? September here? September 19th is the date here. September 19th. So September 19th, let's say I look at the option chain. Let's say in September in a third week, somewhere around like September 3rd, 20th, right? So September 20th, let's say if we do a calendar spread, we can sell either a 310 or a 300, give or take. Let's say we do 310. So we sell the 310 for September. Okay, gonna be a put. So we do minus 310 put September 15. And then you can buy 310 October 15th. So what happens now is that we're in mid-August. What you're trying to do is you're trying to collect the time decay of the shorter call, and you long October, which is further out, the next month. So longer the price stays sideways here each day, it's gonna bounce around and stuff. Per day, you collect time decay. And if the price does starting to move, you already have 310 calls, which you have plenty of time as well. So any kind of a breakout, you simply close out this part, and you can just simply write this one. And if you want to flip this thing, say like, well, the cost is higher, I don't want to take that big of a risk. So if you already have 310, okay, because you already long 310, right, all the way out in September, what you can do, you can sell one further out. You can sell one from 310, you can sell one at 400. Now, this entire spread, the calendar has become a vertical spread. So you just sell one a higher call. This one, you sell a shorter call. When you flip them into a vertical spread, you can sell a higher call. So now then the spread will become a 310 and 400. I mean, that's almost a 90-point wide spread. Or you can cut it down to 380, you can cut it down to 360. You can adjust it. So it all depends. You just have to see what the price is, implied volatility, all that kind of. There's some adjustments you can always make to an open trade. Only if you have enough time. But if you don't have enough time and you're getting chewed with the time decay and things like this, well, then you're out of luck. Okay, so yeah, calendars all. I did the tier two trade recently. We did a calendar, right? And then um, I mean, didn't break out, but we managed to play the pop. So the point is like the point is like, okay, our number one focus is what? To make money. So if there is a market, if the price is chopping, there are strategies that we could use to take advantage of it. Or, butterflies are always the best ones, and or calendar spread. Throw a calendar spread because you're already long. Same thing happens with the butterfly as well. Let's say you do like a 2 month, I wouldn't go 2 months. 2 months is too much time for the butterfly to, for 30 days is the ideal. Let's say you do a 30-day butterfly, right? So if you do a butterfly, let's say 330, You can do 310, and then you can do 290. Now this is a balanced one. So you have a 20-point wide butterfly. So you're long 330 call, you're short 310, and you're long this. So you don't have to close the entire butterfly all in one shot, right? So you're theta positive. Basically, you have probably slightly positive delta, but you're trying to keep the delta as flat as possible, but you just want to keep the, theta positive. Market chopping around here per day, each day. Okay, when the market opens, they reprice the options. You're getting paid per day just to sit on premiums. Now, for some reason, if the price mind to move up, and now you say like, okay, well, now my butterfly is going to start losing money. The first thing that you do, you can just simply close this call, this side right there. This is the one that you were short. This is the one that's going to get hurt when the price is going to go up because you short those 310. But you're long 290 and 330. You simply open up a butterfly instead of selecting all three strikes. You just only close this one out itself. Then it's gonna left you with 331 call and one call of 290. Now you long two calls at two different strike prices. Yeah, your premium is not gonna be cheap. It's gonna be expensive because when you do a butterfly is gonna adjust the cost because you buying one, then you're selling two in the middle, and then you're buying one here. This one is gonna left you with the pretty big premium now on the board. Okay, so how do you adjust it? Would you want to keep this one or would you want to keep this one? Say like, okay, well, I want to close this one and I can close this one. Now I got 330, which is right here, right? So you can simply have one call if you got the breakout. Of course, this thing is going to pay you huge if the price moves a 30, 40, 50 points over time because you're already long one call. But now you say like, well, I want to cut the cost down of this 330. So you already closed that one. You already closed this one because you don't want to take that big of a risk. So you already long 330. You have almost another 18, 90 days left. Just sell something further out of the money. Flip them into a vertical spread. So there's always, you can always make changes. You can always adjust butterflies, calendar spread, diagonals, and things like this. So I'm not I'm not talking about adding more risk. These are adjustments you can make. We're not talking about averaging trades. I don't I don't do that. I'm not a very big fan of that at all. You know, by I know a lot of traders have that habit of adding to see if they can average down their entry. No, I don't do that. I've done it very, very few times. You probably know. Some of you has been with me for a while, but you don't see me, oh, I'm gonna add two more here and I'm gonna add one more here, and you just like, no, hell no. I'm in. If I get killed, I don't care. Let it be. I'm not gonna throw money left and right because now if I have a downswing I got hit with a sell signal, just get out of the trade, move on to another one. Why I'm gonna sit and fight my life over, oh, I want to add here, I want to add this one. You're just constantly adding more risk, more money into the same trade. Let's just leave it alone. Yeah, I've done it a few times. Yeah, but those are very tough to fight. Um, that's the story on Tesla. What do we have here? Just gotta wait it out. I'll see what I can price out over the weekend or so. I am not planning to work tomorrow, that's for sure. Um, what do we have here? Google, almost there. Almost there. What was the high here? A beautiful trade, man. Ugh. 206.35, all-time high is 207. And it killed that entry right there on Google. Literally nailed it. So it's a good one. Um, if we would do 100% relationship off the low, being 5 up, 3 down, just a measured move. You don't have to mess around with all these 1, 2, and whatever ABC in there. It's 208. So 207.05 is the all-time high. 208 will be the new high. That's where the 100% relationship is. So still working. We'll see how it goes. It doesn't have any sell signal on it. So my plan is I'm gonna hold those shares. And then whenever the sell signal is gonna trigger, I'm gonna close out those leaps that I have. And then whatever the pullback is gonna come, yeah, I'm gonna give back some on shares, which is fine. And then the next buy, when the next buy signal is gonna trigger, then we're gonna roll another leap. So we're just gonna keep doing this thing with Google, until we keep going up. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but that's what we're gonna watch every day. So we have a much lower entry on shares, and I'm not dumping those for sure. This is a stock I always want to buy, want to hold it. Yeah, if we can come back down here, which is fine, but I'm sitting here. I hope you don't come all the way back down here, but yeah, as long as we kind of back off here in 5, 10, 15 points, give or take, I mean, we're fine right here in this zone, it's okay. But we'll see. It's fine. There's nothing to do. There's absolutely nothing to do here. Just gotta give some time and see how it plays out. What else I have? Apple is looking good, getting really trying to make a push toward this 161.8, 3 versus 1. 1, 2, 3. I mean, 200 is at 246. Yeah. So we'll see how far this third goes. And then from there we'll deal with this fourth wave. So I mean, definitely got the breakout from the channel, and we got the throwover as well, just like this, the one to the downside. So Apple is fine. There's nothing to do there. Meta, we already looked. Microsoft, we did. NVIDIA, not much to do. I know it's just going to be all about same thing. You see 61.8. They all look the same. All of these wave counts, as you can see, we just looked at the S&P, the 161, 200, 261.8. Is NVIDIA gonna hit 200? It's possible. It's the same thing. S&P 6800 is at 261.8, 604, 603, 604, I believe, on Qs. 605. 61. I mean, the only question now is like if the trend continues, can we get to 261.8? Yeah, it's possible. Well, or we might fail somewhere around here and just took you know, um, take a dive lower. I mean, NVIDIA eventually will be due for this fourth wave as well. You see, like this fourth wave is gonna you've seen them pretty much everywhere now. S&P, Qs, Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA. You see, they're all getting lines, getting all lined up together. Jeez, last time I looked at NVIDIA, it was last month on the 15th. It's been a 1 month. Now you can now you can tell that how much time I spend on Elliott wave. I don't do it that much, to be honest. I just don't. I have what I want for trading for a long time, and I just turn everything into it what I want. So too much time it takes. So this we'll see what the earnings comes out. I mean, can decompose this third wave. Let's see. Can put a one here. One, two, three, four, fifth. Yeah, that's a long ass. Okay, three versus one off from here. That's a fifth wave, extended fifth. So one, two, three, four. Damn, this stock works so good with fibs. Ugh. I can just look for this kind of extended diagonal. One, two, where's three? Three versus 261.8. Some sort of a fourth wave. So we can leave this one here. And then we do 4 versus 3, 261, 23.6. So now we're looking for this fifth wave, the smaller fifth of this fifth of a third. So can do it. Shit. I don't have any practice anymore. You can do a diagonal here, down in 2, up in 3, 261.8. You can decompose this one. Yeah, I got 3 here, 4. Yeah, some sort of a fifth wave to see. Now the question is, if we had a diagonal here in 1, that should give a bit of a push. This fourth wave kind of, I don't know if it ends here. Let me see. Let me zoom back. Let's see if we could let's see what happens. I mean, NVIDIA is a beast. Do this. What are you trying to do here is to attack this 200. Okay. So you're just trying to do is what are you trying to do? You're trying to attack this 200 number, which is this 261.8. It's to see if you can get 5 smaller waves to complete this fifth of a fifth of a third. Yeah, I know there's a lot of degrees there. So let's do 2 versus 1. We're at 50, 61.8. So if this is the case here, I mean, we're gonna simply put the invalidation here. Let me change the color again. And then we can see if we could. When do they even report earnings? Is it next week or week after? Let's see. I don't even know. Oh, because we have a lot of retailers that come in as well for earnings. Oh yeah, next week is going to be all retail. Okay, what do we got? After close, Palo Alto. I don't even know what is that. Home Depot, Medtronic, Toll Brothers, ZTO, nothing here. Yeah, Target, Estee Lauder, TGX. Yeah, a lot of retailers are coming next week. Baidu, Walmart. There you go. What is it going to be a big one? Um, Active Zoom. Oh, roast. Man, that trade just went up like crazy. Since we bought them and closed them, I mean, man, this thing just went up nuts. That was a nice. Why did he put an ear here? Yeah, a lot of retailers next week. I think it's going to be a one after that. Yeah, the following week. If that's the case, I don't know. I mean, let's see how NVIDIA kind of managed to chew another week, which is the next week, probably in some sort of a mm, it's 200 is at 6161.8, which we already made a lot of room to the upside. And now it's just what's the 184.48 is the high. Let's see. Let's keep an eye on this zone here. See how it managed to survive another week. Okay, here. And then we'll see if it can make a push to the upside. If it has a sell signal, whatever, well, sell signal has to fail. So for the price to push higher. Signal, I mean, earnings can turn everything. Remember that applied material? So promising buy signal at the same time. I mean, I know the earnings are coming. I'm just like it's hard to position yourself with a full size position with the buy signal, and in 3 4 days you have an earnings coming. Because anything can happen. Of course, I mean, if you're right, yeah, you're gonna cash out big, and if you're wrong, yeah, you're gonna get toast. Just just not comfortable. It's not. I'll find something else and just not. It's always like there's a stock that looks so good on the RRG, signal is in. Now you says like, okay, everything looks so good. Should I swing something on earnings? Well, then all of a sudden here comes a big surprise on you. And everything shifts. So let's see what happens here in the video. It really looks pretty solid. You see the stock reaches 261.8, the third wave. This one was 200. Yeah. So we'll see. Um,
So, did NVDA got any daily signal lately?
no, no, nothing on. I didn't
Can
even
you
look
show
at it.
your can you show your level chart,
I didn't even
plus
look at
chart?
it. Yeah, the last one was here. NVIDIA swing turned down. Got a three lower bars. NVIDIA swing is down now. See 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And he was two down here, went up, one down here, went up. So yeah, that The swing is down now. So we'll see what happens.
So what about your toss level charts?
Huh?
What about your toss, daily buy sell signal chart?
Oh yeah, let's see. Oh, there you go. Yeah, because it has a sell signal. Okay, that's your stop loss right there. 183.97. It closed yesterday at 180. Any higher high above 813 bar, which was Wednesday, that would invalidate this. So that's your ATR line right at that 177-ish right there. So yeah, if it's not, I mean, NVIDIA will take a breather. I think it will. This kind
What
of a
is that?
run.
What is that green box over there
Oh, that's a
between the two yellow
supply
lines?
appears. Supply, kind of, those supply demand. Yeah, those are just kind of shows the interest of buyers and sellers. So it comes and goes. So I mean, I have them just build, the ICT levels and stuff. Some people, they do those supply demand. Supply is just supplies your resistance zone. Demand is your, is your buy zone. So support and resistance, basically, nothing too special. Um, the swing is down now, so we'll see what happens. See, it has a very huge run from here, as you can see. So it hasn't um got any a sell signal. It's gonna be a sell after buy. It cannot be another buy. You all know that. It's just a matter of here's 50 is at 164. Um, so if we can just take the swing lows where we can find a potential support. We have here, one here. So you just mark these ones. Oops. You just mark these ones. I don't know, just to come close to your 50. So you have three of these. So you have 170, 164, 162 will be right at that 50 MA if the price makes that move. If not, but it has to break this 183.97, which was Wednesday high of this daily bar to get rid of this, to make that case toward this 191 to 200. So 200 is the same thing we were looking at, that 261.83 versus 1. It's all depends on, I think this just gonna, the video just gonna chop around and wait for earnings. That's where the real action is gonna be. So it's due. I mean, S&P is, look at that. S&P is just, it's nothing here. So that's what I'm saying. Like, how can I make the case of the fourth wave on the wave count? There's nothing to look at, you know? Same thing with Qs. Same thing with diamonds that are worst. Got the mean reversion at 440, you see? I mean, it's just so damn difficult. Here's IWM. And if you're like, I mean, look, I saw, I mean, I took a small scalp kind of trade in and out kind of, I mean, those are fast, they move fast. I don't expect me to do this every single day. I can if I want to, but I don't want to. Let's put it this way. Okay, I have a lot of things to do. My main focus is swing trading, not these chasing these 1, 2 bars every day. It's just too much work. If the price looks good, if I see some signs like, yeah, this is where the price should reverse, yeah, I'll swing something. Some use like a tight stop loss on it, right at the highs. But other than that, I'm not like sitting and literally focus on like, oh, I want to chase this hourly bar. I want to chase this hourly bar. Hourly bars are, you want better success, more money, focus on a daily time frame. It's going to give you a much better signals. You're going to have enough time to stay in a trade, and that thing can run. Look at this. This is the trade that we did, right? Look where it is right now from here. So I got initial push here, and it scared the hell out of you because you sitting and watching this 124 to 49 got him has to hold, and look how it turns around. You just don't know that. Nobody does. Same thing here. Look, goes up. Look how close it comes to the line. That higher low swing right there after this. But you have to understand this. Here's your low. You had the first initial swing that went above this previous swing high right there. You see? Now, when you get this higher low, it must stay above this low. Otherwise, it's going to be a lower low. That's when you're wrong. That's when the signal is going to fail. You want this area to hold, to find support between this high and this low. And then from here, you want the higher high right above to take out this high. That's when the price time to move if the trade goes. So yeah, look how where it went. We got ourselves somewhere around here and we got out somewhere around here. I think that's I have to look. We did it like 2 weeks ago or so. Look where it went up. Crazy. And look how much money you would have made from here to here. Yeah, you're gonna have these whipsaws, but that's what it is. You don't sit and babysit every single candle. Your eyes should be you here. We set a stop loss. Price comes here. Just simply cut the trade. There's nothing to hold. Okay, like, okay, yes, this I got myself in. Price reversed on me. Get out of the trade. Find something else. Should not be angry or thinking like, oh shit, the trade didn't work. So what? It's okay, fine. It's just a part of the game. It's gonna happen. I'm not saying like, but you're gonna win a lot more than you're gonna lose. I can tell you that. But you have to give some time because how many trades you're gonna do? I don't want to throw 50 of them on the board. I trade very selective pairs. You all know that. I don't do a lot of trading. Less is more. Um, let's recap the week. Let's see what we did. Start off from Monday. Monday 10 o'clock in the morning. We closed out that other half tier 2 trade of Tesla, right? We had a calendar that we closed a week before. And then on Monday, we closed this one. Sold them at 8. I got them at 8:13. I think I got like 8:12. Other account got me at 8:10. Trying to find that thing if I can get a better feel. Um, so got them at 8:13, 8:10, 8:12. But to penny doesn't make a big difference. So we got out of this one. Then on 12 o'clock, I put a MetLife butterfly. It's the same. I did as you can see, 75, 80, 85, Dow 38. So I was looking to see if we could get above this 78 mark. So we did this one, MetLife. Then on Tuesday at 10 o'clock, I bought shares of this one, IONQ. It's kind of a little down, backed off a little bit. We're gonna take a look. Then I did this SPY, the cheapo fly, the cheap one, $1.25. This one didn't work. This one was the one that I was trying to do a bit of a hedge, to see if we could back off a little bit. It's a broken wing butterfly. It has a little bit more little bearish tilt to it. Well, then we got that rip to the upside, on believe on Monday or so. I had to cut this one at 37. Otherwise, it would just go to zero because we're like negative delta and just literally going negative theta. There's no point to hold it. Just I took the I cut that one off. Then I did a McDonald's. That's the butterfly trying to do the McDonald's rip right back up on me. So that was 260, 295, 300, 302, 302 and a half call butterfly. And we got this chubby trade that we closed on Wednesday at 921. We made like over $1,000 on this one. So that one moved finally, took a little over a week. $1.55, got like 12 contracts, almost like $2,000 trade. That's the debit that I paid. Um, this one I cut it down to two. This one is still working. DRI, the Darden restaurant. The only reason why I did this is a little, I'm having a little confusion here. So let me show you what I mean. You see what happened here? The rotation looks pretty good. Okay. I like that part. Um, the buy signal trigger, look what happened here. You see this pin bar? It took out this low of 200, and the low was like 199.80. Didn't close below it. Just like I'm watching. I was like, okay, what should I do? And then it's like this. And then I came, because I always have this screen. Look what happened. That 199.80. Then I got this buy signal triggered here on that day on this daily bar on Monday when it made that low right there. That's when I was like, you know what? I was like, remember, this is the same thing happened with Netflix 2 weeks ago or so when we were on Netflix. Same thing. It made the low on that screen right there. And then I came back here. I was like, you know what? I will give another day to this trade to see how it goes. I was like, after when this fires, I says like next bar has to be a higher bar. Okay. So that's why I was like, you know what? Instead of going with, I had a four, I trimmed it down to two. So the trade is still open. I don't know, it's up like 140, $150, give or take, which is fine. Um, so this one was almost right at that break even. I was long 100 deltas on that trade, and I just trim it down to 50. So a little kind of mixed bag. It does it, it's you have the low gets made, and then other side can save you kind of thing. I was like, you know what, I'll take a chance on two. So MetLife here it closed that butterfly. So kind of like wasn't really heavy. 60 delta trade. I got a bit of a push. Um, then this Russell butterfly that we did got a big push right there, made like 650 bucks on this one. Um, this was just I've structured this butterfly in see theta going really pretty negative, almost flat. So the upside from here with this is, and this was the downside. So you basically, I have, the way I structure this, I have a 2100 downside. I center this thing right here at that 2170. That's the center of the butterfly, body of the butterfly, they call it. And then from here was 2220. So on this trade, I do a lot of these. So let's see. On this trade, where the heck am I? So the upside, I think I paid 58.46, $5,846. Okay, which is fine. So this this debit that I paid, that gave me almost 30 to $35 positive theta, okay, per day. So I was making roughly like $32 every single day. Okay. And the way I kept this is like, okay, if the price is gonna rip like this, meaning that all 2100, 2170, and 2220 will be all in the money, right? When the price is gonna go to the right side. My upside loss is capped at 40 bucks. Meaning that if all of these three price strike prices closes, I will lose 40 bucks from 58.46. So I will get back $5,842. Okay. So my loss is only 40 bucks, but I just only had to protect my downside. You know, I don't want to have price to go like this, then it's gonna hurt. So the point was like, okay, but then, how Russell explode on CPI, because of the hope of the rate cut, this and that. So implied volatility got hit, the center strike, which is this one. Okay. And then the price made a push all the way down here. So I was long delta. I don't know what the delta was, 10, 15, something like this. So I got the push from here to here, and I'm like 650 bucks. So I closed this one. So this one was fine. Then what we did? Spy. This was yeah, that's what the scalp I did, remember? Because I was gonna go and pick up my wife from the airport. So this was a 948. I was watching that 1 hour chart and I was like, okay, let's see how you're gonna break the 78.6. So that's what I put a bet on that 78.6 to see if the price backs off. Yeah, I mean like close to 400 bucks. Paid 364, sold them at 404. It moved really fast. Spy trades, I mean, if you ever see one or something, you have to manage it because I cannot come here to this channel and type. The bid is going to be moved by like 15, 16 second pennies by that time, by the time I'm going to write that thing. So I, I wrote it here. You need to manage this trade on your own. I said that these bids moves way too fast. So once you got in, you can grab. It doesn't mean like if you have a put right there, it doesn't mean you have to get the 644 and you have to pay 364. You can grab 643 put. $1 less, you know, because we're taking a 1 hour play because it's gonna move really fast. So it doesn't, I mean, if you could match 644 bid with mine, grab it. If it went, if you see like if now the bid like I got filled at 364 and now you went in and you say like, okay, now the bid price at 372, 374, right? I mean, a few pennies really doesn't make a big difference. Okay. I mean, it depends on how many numbers of contracts you're going to take. You're going to take five, you're going to take eight of them, or whatever you want to do. You just have to see what the delta is. And if the bid moved up to like 373, 374 or something, that's fine. Just come down to 643 put. It's going to give you 340, 330 you can grab. So it really doesn't matter. A one strike price is not gonna make a big, huge difference. Okay. So just keep that thing in mind. If you could grab it, what I paid for it, fine. Now we're in together at the same bid, pretty much. If you got to happen to get filled at 365, you happen to get filled at 362. So it happens. You can get filled real close to it. You might get a better exit, Like if I got out at 404, by the time you trying to close the trade, you say like, hey, you know what? I went up to 407. I got 408 fill. I mean, it happens, like because these damn bids move so fast, especially on SPY though. So I do them here and there whenever I feel like it because what I did this one, the reason why I did this is because of the loss of this. Because I take revenge. I do. I don't the went the spy butterfly that I had. What the heck it went? Yeah, so it went up somewhere. This the 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 butterfly that I did, man, what am I butterfly? Right here. So this was a loss that I took. This is the reason that I did this. I do it all the time. So you want to take my money? I'm gonna just wait. I'll take a revenge back. I'll just swing a short ones right from the one to the certain fib, and I'll see how much I could. That's what that for. MST, this one got stopped out. This one didn't work. I was this one. So we were long 400, 420. Now let's see what went wrong with that. So it's gone now. You're not going to see the buy signal anymore because it's gone. So the buy signal triggered here somewhere, I believe. Here, somewhere. I think it was on this bar or was it on this bar. So we went up to this, to this area. And now if we look at the last 4 days, sorry, the week, the whole week. So this was Monday that we just poked right there to the top. This was Tuesday, to Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. See, the stock is just like literally puking nonstop the whole entire week. It hasn't made a one single higher bar. It's all lower bars for the whole week, you know? So it just reversed. And I had I remember, I'm pretty sure you know it as well, because I keep track of these RGs on especially the position that we're in. So this way I could see it on you see it's just now we were here, was an 813. This is 814, right? So the 814 was Thursday. And if you remember this went sideways like this. Now, if you look at coin, is down here. Technically, if you would have asked me right now, I would much rather attack coin over this on the next trade. Okay. Because this one has much better alpha. This sucker right there is too close to the benchmark. Yeah, I'm not interested in any next next signal on this one. I want to attack this one. This one has more alpha off the benchmark, as you can see right here. Okay. This is where the money gets made, not here on these moves. So I'm always trying to focus something that I could find something a little further away from the benchmark, from the center point. Closer and closer the stock's going to sit here, smaller the move's going to make. So that's just what do we have open? So yeah, that's where this thing went. Yeah, this is what I had. I had to remove it right at this low, 373. 373, see, it came down. Yesterday, 373 was the exact resistance. That's because that's where that low has to hold. And then it backed off again. So now this area right there is showing the resistance. There is a pretty good chance that this thing is going to come back down toward this zone because now the stock is trapped inside a 50 and a 200 EMA. Okay. That's one thing. Second thing is this, that it's getting so very close on RG on the benchmark. So this thing is just gonna chop around. Okay. You see, just that's your zone right here between 50 and it tried here, as you see the price went down after 3-4 days. It closed here. Then it got another close. Then it got another close. You got 3 closes here above 50. I mean, it should have made his way out if the buy signal would have held, but that's not the case. But in the last 4 days, as you can see right here, the stock has been puking nonstop every single day. It's been making lower lows. Okay, so it's just a weak stock. I wouldn't even fight my life over it. Leave the way it is. And then we managed to play it. I remember we played this one the last time. That was good. This one, I waited 2 weeks almost because this sell signal triggered here, and I was like, okay, we just gotta wait, 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 and then finally something popped. I got myself in right away. Went up. I was positive on a trade, and then it just got worse. So we'll see. I don't know. I might test this 330. What is it? 200, 336. I mean, if we take let's say a measured move, you can do a fib extension from this point to this low to this. Yeah, the 100% is at 322. So and that would be a first initial swing projected from this high. Your 100% is at 322. This is right below this 200. If this thing comes like this. So it doesn't, there's nothing there for me to take now anyway. So just wait for the next buy signal. Simple as that. Um, McDonald's, this one got closed it. McDonald's just gotta, I centered the whole thing trying to see if you can get get a some I try to do a little short butterfly, like they're very short on time because we can just try to kill some time as quick as we can if the stock kind of goes sideways. Heavy trade because I try to keep the upside literally nothing. If the stock pop, it's not gonna hurt the trade at all, you know? So I will cap it, put like $10 loss, $20 loss, or over $1,000 trade. So the most I can do is like $10 if everything will close in the money. So just gotta structure it a little different. This one was closed. ACN, I opened this one. Looks good. STLT, I took a risk on this one. It's a small position. I didn't take one. I know it has the tariff risk. So, I mean, I can count this thing here with my closed eyes. There's nothing really too special that I do in a motive wave. Wave one, down in two, up in three, four, five. That's a diagonal, okay? Because you have a four with an overlap with one, right? So you have a diagonal A. Then you can do an ABC here, down in B, okay? And now we're just trying to see if the price can make a way out from here. So if we measure a swing from this low to this high projected from this low, which this low must hold, okay? The 100% equal measure move was a 159. So that's the trade for now. So stock is actually sitting right here at that 50 and 200, you see? So 50 is at 128.37, 200 is at 128. So the 128 is going to be the level that we want to watch and see if we could get a few couple closes above this, you know, for this trade to move toward this zone. Um, so that's the plan for this one. But we gotta watch this one roughly like 119, 120. Okay. So that's it. So see, I mean, if you look at the last the this is the last 2 days of trading, which was Thursday and yesterday. Thursday high, no, sorry, Wednesday high right there was 60. God, I cannot look at this way. Let me see a time box. Okay. Do this. Here's your 3 days of price action. So entire week you want to look at them, tell you exactly the box. Copy this, put it here. That's your week, 5 days. Monday, Tuesday, which is a CPI, and look what the market did in the last 3 days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's your week. This little box right there that you see is called a time box. It takes the exact high and the low of the day. So the last 3 days was just nothing but a chop. The only thing was just the CPI push right there. You see how narrow these swings are now, like up and down, sideways. because you have to look at like each session is what 6.5 hour long, so you want to have what 6 bars, give or take six, close to seven, and then on the hourly time frame when the session ended, and as session ended here on see 3 o'clock on the bottom right there on the scale. This one ended here at 3 o'clock. Yeah, market only moves once a week. This rest is just gotta. Plus, it was an OPEX week anyway, so they just toast everything, toast everything here. Um, what else do we have? So that's pretty much STLD. That's fine. ACN, yes. And then I got two of these DRI, Darden Restaurant, and then I closed a bunch of stuff, and shares on this. So that's all I have right now on the option side. Except this. This is shared. I don't have any option position on this one. So only three of these that I have. These two I open on Friday. This is the one that we're carrying from this week. So we're gonna see on Monday, Tuesday, what else we're gonna throw on the board. Okay. Um, growth is you see right there. I'm watching. I just not seeing. It's starting to you see like how growth is like back and forth. And look what value has been doing. Now it's here. Look how it is fighting. Doesn't want to go here, Look from here when it was back here. That was when back in 529. Look, it came down here with a weakness, and look how it turns around. This is what everybody's chasing, Doesn't want to go here to make that turn. Go back, down, up, down. You see, constantly fighting. And now if this thing's trying to go this way like this, oh yeah, we got a sell off coming. We got market sell off coming. But look what the value stocks are trying to do. Look how they're starting to rotate in. If the growth is rotating out. So, yeah, watch. We're gonna watch. That's why I'm starting to go into some of these different names. Okay, so hope we can play something, but I'm go down a little bit less on growth side to see if we can pick something up more toward value stocks or something. So McDonald's definitely looks good. I got a bit of a pop yesterday as well. But this is not easy to fight. This kind of a price action. There's days and days, like a week, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 10 days of this kind of a back and forth price action. Kind of looks good, but from the McDonald had a sell signal here. That's what I put a butterfly to see if we can come down toward this 300 because the 200 is sitting right there at 300. 50 is at 302. So I was trying to center a butterfly right here, and then it ripped right back up. I was like, oh, well. And didn't play out. It's okay. But I don't know, they made like 10 cents on it. It's a little teeny tiny profit, not a loss. So that's what I was trying to do. Few stocks, healthcare, UNH. I'm pretty sure the world is watching, or yeah, every person is like become a new GameStop stock now. Everybody's in this stock. Backed off from here from 309, as you can see. So we'll see if it has more room to run or kind of cool off. Um, cannot really, I mean, signal is in, invalidation mark is there. Yeah, I mean, definitely made a pretty nice push to the upside after Warren Buffett and all the other guys um, are getting, got themselves into this trade. It's a pretty big, very important stock over the years. First of all, it's a Dow 30 stock. Second is just it's a huge pension fund stock, so plus I don't know, there are investigations going. I don't know what kind of fake news are on the stock day and night. Is it because of all these news that just pushed the stock down, and that's when all the other people, all the big guys are getting into the stock now just to get them a much better, cheaper price? They're already cashing out big, you know. Some people like, oh, they paid 400 and they're still down and this and this. That's what you think. Nobody's gonna put $80 billion on a spot price on a cash. They have teams of brokers sit and negotiate their rate. They're gonna get the rate, they're gonna get their money out of the exchange on the spread. That's how the broker is gonna make their money. You got an $80 billion order coming in, and you think broker's not gonna make anything on the spread? They can make a penny difference, a two-penny difference. The you know, that's how they make their money. Full position opens, what time exactly the position triggers, I'm not gonna even show up for a couple hours. Yeah, those big, huge order blocks are very John Deere took a little bit of a hit right there on earnings yesterday. Man, it held 200, pretty impressive. That's a 200 EMA, so it's 274. Nothing really CRM, nothing here. It might trigger something. So Adobe starting to show. Adobe triggered one here. We have a leap open on this one, so it's a long time on that. So gotta let it work. Let's see how it goes. It's a great company. It is a very good company, but just getting punished this year for sure. So we'll see how far this thing goes. We got 50 here at 367. We got 200 at 413. So we'll see how many daily bars gonna take for this thing to recover some of it to the upside. Amgen looks good. Amgen is Amgen triggered a buy signal. Closed above 50 and 200 as well. So we need to mark the low here, this one, 284. And this is a Dow 30 stock as well. But if you just, I mean, initial, yeah, you got this. See, it's like so damn difficult to even count this thing. Is just okay, five wave, two, one, two, three, four, five. So you got this thing is breaking out what, a third of a third. So let's say if you do one, two, three, four, five, and then you do two, Then you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can do a smaller one. Oh boy. Samjin is really gonna take off. Looks pretty good. Above 50 and 200 as well. So these two are green. Cheap volatility. So premiums are not that I mean, they're not that expensive. This one might consider something on Monday. Amgen. Make something 3 or 40 with that. 296. Downside risk going to be 285, right? Because I got the push here for 6 points. I hate it. The point is, like, you have to understand this thing, okay? It's very, very important. When a signal triggers on a daily bar, okay, it gives you this 287 print against the previous day low. Not here, not here, just the previous day low. That's the invalidation mark. The point now is when the signal triggers, you want to get yourself an entry as close as possible to 287 price, right? The closer the price that you will pay, you'll define your risk to the downside. We're going to be a much smaller risk for you. Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the price as low as possible to minimize the downside risk. But now if I will buy something here, or here, now I'm opening myself this much to the downside. You see the point? You see the difference? So you gotta be careful when to pull the trigger. If something kind of if a signal triggered and you saw if you already had a 7-8 point day, it's hard to change. I mean, you can buy it, but you have to know, like, okay, well, I'm gonna pay I'm not gonna pay higher price now. You just wait for Tuesday or another day or two to see if you can get a little bit of a, a little bit of a pullback, because whatever you buy now right now you're at 296. So now you're at 296 down to 284. Okay. So what it gives you? 4, 6, 10 points, right? That's 10 points. So if you buy something and then if I do this, okay, 10 points with 100 deltas. So I'm taking $1,000 stop loss right from the start. That would be the invalidation mark for $1,000 to the downside. So that $1,000 to the downside, the risk that I have, I need to structure a trade, okay, from the current price that I have an odds of making money from almost up till here. So for this case, I have to buy something here, sell something here, I might buy something here. So meaning that I need to keep the upside if my downside is at $2,000 from 296 down to 284, only if I'm taking a 100 delta trade, well, then my upside has to be pretty damn good. It has to go at least $3,000. So I need to structure a spread now, okay, that shows that if I'm wrong, if this thing is wrong, okay, that I will lose 1,000, and if this thing will go, I can either make $1,000 or I can make a $1,500. out of this. If I can make at least 50%, 30, 40, 50% out of this, I'm good. But the downside is this, that I need to make sure, what if this thing is going to reverse? Anything can happen. These kind of a companies always have drugs pending, you know. Any kind of a news can hit any time on these stocks. And these stock takes heavy hits. Like, you look at the size of this candle. It's huge. And for one single day. So there's always a risk. But the point is, like, want to minimize this thing as much and lower as possible, because we don't want to have a price come down, take out this low to put up another lower low. The signal is failed, and now the price is pushing down. Simple as that. Just you just gotta have to just simply cut the trade. I have price alert sets on everything. Like, every time I trade on, I'm just gonna set up a simple price alert right there. I don't have to sit and watch. Go here, alert here, swipe this. 284.69. That alert is set. So we'll keep an eye on this one. See what happens. If it can come back down just to retest it this time, I would grab that. It's a good company. So, I mean, if it's you always gotta have to make sure where you get in. You have to always look at the red line. This one, I don't even know what the heck is this. This one is moving good. T-Mobile, really nice. Some of them are. Thermo Fisher is moving good. It's a very shallow, choppy sell signal. Now it closed above the 200. 200. It was fighting here for many, many days. Tried here, failed. It failed. Big hope closed right there, closed above, and then you see it closed above, but it's a doji candle. Yeah, you always gotta be careful these breakouts above these 200. This is gonna be a wall. Every time when you come in from down and you're gonna come toward this 200, that's the wall right there now. It's gotta break. You see how many days it tries? Look how kind of a fake uh breakout. Look, closed above the 200, but it was a doji. And then look at the next day. You have always read exactly what kind of a breakout or close that you're getting. Some Oracle got a sell signal here. Man, this thing is just, look, for me, it's pretty similar to NVDA. This guy went in the White House, kissed the ring. Look at that. They're spending a lot. They're working on, I believe, on healthcare with the AI and stuff. Meta is good. This is the one Mark and kind of moved as well. It looks really good on the rotation as well, because I ran a scan this morning on the 50 stocks right there. I believe this is the one that Mark. It's in the fourth decile right there, meaning which is from the center. So yeah, Mark is right there. Mark definitely starting to look really good. But this thing, man, we traded this one last time. It was so freaking difficult to make that. I mean, it's a 2-point ATR stock. To grab 2 points, it's like, ugh. These moves looks big. Look at that 78 to 83. It's just like this one was 6 points, but look at the 6 points that you got from here to here. Look how many whipsaws. Yeah, it's hard to trade 1 to 8 ER stocks. Very hard. Gotta size up these trades so big. Because if you take 100 delta trade, okay, I'm just giving you an example. If a stock has an ATR of 2 points, what are you looking to make? $200 for a week? That's what you're gonna make. So you're gonna throw money in for 100 delta for 2 points for $200. Is it worth it? So now you're gonna bump the trade, go up to 200 delta, 2 points you catch is $400. To make $1,000, you need to get a 500 delta trade. For the $84 stock, you gotta probably gonna get like almost 20 to 25 contracts plus commission on top of it. Now you're in for like 400 points, 400 delta by buying like 20, 25 contracts. Now the stock is gonna move up 1 point, you make $400. You see the point? Well, some of you guys are just want to trade what is moving in front of you. I mean, you gotta just gotta wait. I'm looking. I mean, I do miss here there that I'm not gonna be able to get into it, but I'll catch it. I just this is the main thing. I don't rely on the we need to find momentum and we want to find alpha. The biggest alpha trades right now at the moment is these stocks. Because these are the ones that are in the 10th decile right there. They're the one who's going to take the biggest hit. This is the one right there, sucker, is going to take the big hit now. Watch. Because this is an attempt. This is a move that it made to the upside. Now the one is going to come down is going to be the big one for this one. Watch. Just wait for it. Wider the rotation is, bigger the move is. That's what the screen is going to show. ACN, I got myself in. So we'll see what happens. Got plenty of time. Okay. You know the rule. We don't buy anything 30 days when if it's below 50 and 200, right? Have 60 days, 2 months, plenty of time. Okay, we just gotta be patient and we gotta work it. CRM, I was gonna go with this. I might get myself into a now, but we'll see. Now it doesn't have a signal yet, but I'm watching. Yeah, I'm definitely have my eyes on this stock. This is an attempt right there. It's the 4 days it's just been chopping around at that 815 range. You see 1, 2, 3, 6, 4 days. Just this week hasn't done anything. So I have my eyes on this one. Looks pretty good. It looks like a second wave, a little bit of a bit deeper. So you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know. I know that this is swing is not the wave count. It looks like a three-way move. Sometimes can just leave it like this. Put a 4 here. You can do this, and then you can do A, B, C. So you got 5 up, 3 down. So you got 8 swings. So I'm watching to see something triggers there that I can get a trade on this one and try to see if we can see it's below 50 and 200. So there's going to be a wall up there anyways. So we're going to try to see if we can structure a trade here to possibly get a push to the upside. But it's not ready yet, so I'm not going to do anything. Um, CRM, this IBM. So these are the stocks in the 10th. So we'll see what happens. ACN is due as well, so we'll see what happens. Ninth is ISRG, Adobe. It's good. That's why Adobe's trying to move. You're gonna see AMD is weakening. Keep that AMD something is working there. Nothing there. It's been a long time. I want to trade this stock. The stock has been really good to me. Pew pew pew. This AMT. But not getting a good read because of the hit that it stock took. Just gotta wait. It's under a pretty bad pressure right now. A really good. Last time the trade that we did on AMT was huge. Oh, it was got like a $4,000 payout on that one. That was a very nice trade. So I gotta wait for this one. PayPal. Uh, oh, they got a buy signal here. The hit the stock took. You got 5,200 sitting here, 171, 72, same thing, 1.97 ATR play. It's gonna be a very tight play. This one. Valid. Anything is valid. So cannot sit and base your judgment. Doesn't mean anything. Yeah, if you got a low first swing, so you got three swings, four. You see if this thing can get a push. I'll put up a bubble here. I'm gonna start using these bubbles now. So the strategy is gonna be that we're looking to pop the bubble. You know? So this is gonna be we're gonna be popping bubbles from now on. If we get here into the bubble right there, that's how we're gonna pop the bubble. The same thing here that we did on UNH. See, right in the bubble. So it's take the upper fib right there, take the whatever the moving average is, throw a bubble in between. If the price comes in, poke the bubble right there, pops it, boom, done. Easy. Oops. So where did I go? I mean, I know some of you guys are pretty spoiled with swings and GAN and this and that. I like to have a simple chart like this to trade. You know, something triggers here, set your stop loss. That's your target. That's your target. This is your target. This is your target. These are all your targets. How far this thing goes? Well, we're gonna find out. Everything is on one chart. If you like, we got in, oh, how do I make a trade now? What should I buy now? I mean, I don't even understand. Like, okay, well, buy something at the money or buy something slightly out of the money. I don't know. You want to do a spread, pick this right there. That's your first strike price. And then just sell something as far as you can. Wider the spread is going to be. You buy something here, you just have to decide which where you want to sell the call now. Wider the spread is, more you're going to pay. Narrow the spread is, less you're going to pay. So you take a start somewhere, you want to buy at the money, you can do it at the money. or you can just go a little bit slightly out of the money. I try to look for 35 deltas. Okay, 35 delta trade, even you go out 30 days or either you go out 60 days. 35 delta, you have a 35% probability. I think is a very good number based on the probability for the strike to be in the money. 35 is a very good number. Yeah, you can definitely go 50 right at the money. Yeah, you're going to pay more, but at least 35 keeps the cost reasonable, you know? If you don't, what depends on the implied volatility, how high it is. Does it really make sense to do a vertical spread? If not, you can always do a butterfly. It's going to be a lot cheaper, but it's going to at least keep you theta positive. Because you buying a high implied volatility stock now. The premiums are kind of jacked up. So I have to look at all these things all day to see which one to do, which trade makes sense. Well, if you'd say like, well, I just want to jump into 570 calls, okay, well, you can do that, but you paying crazy money to 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 buy the call. Then on top of it, you're getting chewed every day on time, and you're gonna go out 2 months. What if the stock doesn't move for 1 week? And you just literally paid 1 week worth of theta. That just keeps adding every single day on you, you know? So every trade is different. You just gotta, our goal is to make money, right? Well, yeah, I mean, are we gonna have losses? 100% we will. Everyone does. Some just simply don't admit it. We all do. It's part of the game. You cannot handle a loss, cut the size down. You simply cannot handle a loss, don't trade. You're gonna take a risk, you're gonna take a loss. We all do. But I think these signals defines your risk and get you out of the trade if you're wrong. So you have to be appreciated for this, that you know what, at least I'm risking. I know that how much I'm risking up front if this thing goes against me. You simply get out. Just wait for the next one. Now if you say like, well, no, I um get stopped out, I don't want to close my trade. I want to sit on it because I have 2 months. But then if the price does come back down here, I'm gonna buy more. If you're doing that, well, that's different. So you're basically adding more risk if the price comes back down even more, and you don't even have anything to buy. And that's to me, I think this is a dangerous way to trade. You just don't want to admit this thing that something went wrong. You just simply cut it, but you don't want to cut it. So like, no, I'm just gonna add more because you've been stubborn. Because you just have the thing that, yeah, the price will turn around. It's a high beta stock. It can, it might not, but you're going to put yourself in a bigger hole by adding more if the price doesn't turn around. And you're going to pay more time decay on top of it by adding more risk. You see how many decisions you have to make when it comes to managing a damn trade. It's not about winning and losing. You can have 20 wins, but the 20 wins that you have, if your ratio sucks, what's the point? You know, a $50 trade is a win, right? It's not a loss. $100 trade is a win. But the thing is that nobody's happy to make $100. Oh no, it's not enough. I would have made way more. Like you know where the price is going. I don't. I watch him every day. We'll see how far it's gonna go. The thing is, this is like we don't know the next where the next one triggers. That's the name of the game. Like here's Google that we're in of that 167, the mean reversion signal, right? Look at the full U. There's no sell. That doesn't mean that it's not gonna be. It will 100% it will. Just like this after the buy. It's gonna be another sell. Same thing here. Mean reversion here, sell here. But when we don't know. We just have to keep watching these daily bar closes. See when we get on Monday morning, we're gonna see what happened. It's a simple system. That's all you gotta follow. I think it cuts all the noise. People sit and call in tops and stuff. Imagine, I mean, I know, I mean, I I don't own it on my account, but I bought it on my brother's account. UNH at 249 is my net cost of this stock because I manage his account totally different. Um, so the point is like how many people got themselves in here, anywhere. But now you have to look at this way that if you waited until the actual buy trigger, the signal triggered, you will definitely have to made money on this trade. But you say like, oh, I want to buy here because people, as many people been talking about this stock for the last 2 weeks on Twitter is insane. Every second post that I have on my Twitter feed is about UNH. Every expert, you name it, is telling the UNH. I just simply said I kept saying the same thing. Let's just wait. Wait for the signal to come. Then you can buy it. At least you will know where the red line is. Just wait for it. Well, it's going to take another week. Who cares? Let it fall. It's a game of patience, my friend. It's the only way you're going to make money. Look, Apple. So Apple had a sell signal here. I got updated because now it triggers 8 on this bar. That reverses, and I mean, the only thing that makes confusing part is like the buy signal. You see how close they are? It's tough to trade. I know that. It's the same damn thing that I'm taking small shots on Tesla, but I'm not going crazy on it because I can see it because look at that. Buy here, sell here, buy here, sell here, buy here, sell. I mean, are you serious? The poor signals are all depressed right now. It's like which way to fire? It's an extreme chop. You don't want to, because if you're like, I understand everybody loves Tesla, you know, but there, when you look at the price, it's like, you know what, dude, this is one damn ugly chart. I'm just not. I own shares, which is fine. I'm gonna hold it for a very long time anyways. But other than that, with this option trading and this kind of a price action, man, it kills you for real. So we're gonna do I gotta check few things, but I'll see if I could might do another tier two trade the way we kind of did it last time. I think I might do a calendar with a butterfly instead of a vertical spread. I don't really don't want to put anything to the upside because we can always change the butterfly, because we're always going to be long calls on that one, so we can always make some adjustments. So let me think about it. Let's see. Implied volatility is pretty 50% right now. It's pretty high. So, I mean, the ideal strategy here is to sell premiums in this kind of a implied volatility. If you're gonna buy vertical spreads here, yeah, you paying the price. So get ready for that. But I'll see if I could if the price can chew another week or two around here, you know, and that would be good. I mean, if this thing can can reverse, so anything can happen, you know. I mean, we're making a case here of this E wave. I mean, what if this thing can just from here it just can reverse? There's a pretty big possibility. Anything can happen. But the point is like if we go off with the time and try to structure something here, okay, to see if it kind of sits around here just to collect some time. And then if from here we just have to keep watching and see if we're gonna get one of these. And then from there, the buy signal triggers that we can do a butterfly here. We can just open up a butterfly up here like this. And then you can just dump the middle one. You can actually turn into two of these vertical spreads. You only long this one, sell another call here, and sell another higher call here. Now you got two spreads. So I'll see. But I had to play around with some of these strikes and stuff and see how to work around this. Uh, what was the other guy who was ready to sell his kidneys? He's gonna go all in. Okay, buddy. Uh, Goldman Sachs. I don't know. I think this is. I don't have rest. I gotta have to look it up. I gotta go run a scan on weekly as well to see if anything is there. Then I'll post them there on the channel. Tesla, I already updated this one. Adobe is working. Some of them I do come back. DXEM, what is that stock? DXEM, I triggered one. Just do kind of recap. Oh, it's up here now. So what's the other one? If my trades, the trades that I took, that I have taken, it's gonna be all here. Okay. These are the trades that I have open right now, or the ones that I'm gonna be, the one I closed, whatever is here. Some of these trades here, I mean, there's some I don't have them. I have a leaps on this one and stuff, which the trades that I always say like, okay, we have this thing open. The rest, I don't have these trades open Capital One, Wells Fargo. Now, if you want to play this, just use the same concept. You know exactly where you're gonna set your stop. You wanna know, you wanna buy the price, you're gonna pay for the price as near as close as possible to the banner price to get yourself in. Some of you guys play them, some of you don't. If you just want to trade with me, fine, just trade with me. You don't have to do any of that stuff. Some of you just want to, because you need trades after trades, well, then focus on these ones. What's the other one? Is on this one. Okay. This one is up here now to 52. Okay. It doesn't really move. It's a 2.8 ATR play as well. So yeah, close to it. I mean, so again, it's a valid signal. Okay. So whatever it is, WFC was 78, 78. Just checking. Oops. Oy, this one worse. This one is getting close, 77.10 now. That's a 1.9 ATR player, so it's getting this is getting real close to 76.35. So you gotta wash this low. I don't know if anybody has a trade open. It's just entrapped right between 50 and 100. Damn this. COF 216. Oh, it's still sitting the same price, 216. It went up to 220, 221 for a double top over here. So it went up to 221 from 215. Now it's back to 215. So yeah, financials triggered a lot of these buy signals. We'll see. I mean, they're pretty valid. 46.34 USB. I see this one took a dive lower as well. 45.93. So this one went up to 47. Yeah, but you see like one, two, three, four, five. Like it has five higher bars. So it's just literally went up for 5 days in a row. So it's just due for some sort of a cool off, cool off sessions. And he had a run for like 5 straight days. This looks 0.91 ATR play. 1 point. These stats are good for covered calls. That's just the way. It's just trading this one on a swing trade. It's just, I mean, to me, I think it's dumb for to play these kind of um the stocks. The covered calls, that's it. This one right there, I take this one. The IONQ backed off. I mean, it's right there. If if you look at the price of this low, and it made a pretty big run to the upside from almost from 20 to 50, give or take. And if you look at the price since May, it's not doing anything. So it's trying to remind me in Tesla now. So you had a huge move, and this price since like May 22nd, okay, it's just going sideways. So May 22nd, May, June, July, August. We're in August 16 now. So it's like 3 months. Target just sideways. So the only I got interested in this one is because of it showed up on my scan here. It's making a pretty nice move. I don't know if this is just like trying to kind of, because you have a rotation that is going this side, this direction, but you have a price that is puking to the downside. They're trying to trigger the buy stops and then run them. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, is it a triangle? We can make a case of a triangle. I mean, it's possible if it holds. I mean, here's your A, that's your B, this is your C, this is your D, and this is your E now. So you just draw a line like this. You can do it that way. C is higher than A, D is lower than B, and then this E be lower than C. So you can do, if you want to go with the 1, 2, 3, triangle 4, and then you look for a fifth, something like this, as possible. We can definitely do it that way. So we'll see. Rotation looks good. I just gotta have to sit on this chart. I don't have any option trade. I have shares. It's a $40 stock, not a big deal. I mean, 40, 42, $43 price stock is just see if this job kind of make his way out to the upside. It's sitting right at that 50 right now. 200 is way down here. So we'll see if it makes its way up. So we can do it that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and look for this post triangle thrust. If this thing holds, I'm really hoping this buy signal holds. Okay. So we'll see. Intel 2173. Oh boy. 2456. So this one got a nice push to the upside. So from 21 to 24 something. UNH, we already looked at them. That was right here at 255, now at 309, up till here. This one got killed on earnings. This is the one. Promising upside, but got destroyed. Earning I should have posted this thing, you see, to the full dive lower. Yeah, earnings is one of the stuff gonna get punished the most. It's gonna update on Monday. You see, because it took out this low right there. So Monday it will get updated. It's gonna be gone. So it's gonna go back to this. Um, ADP was 306. 301. So so I should have done a butterfly on this one yesterday, this week. Just trapped between 50 and 200. There's your 50 right there. That's your 200. 50, 305. 200, 298 is a 5.4.74 ATR stock. Okay. If you ever find chop like this on a stock, just let me know. Those are great trades for butterflies. MSTR, they've already looked at them. Bleach, CLX 126. Are we going now the previous week? Yeah, we're going back to all the way to the beginning. August 7, CLX 126. 122. Yeah, this one got failed. Freaking bleach is unbelievable. This one is no longer valid. What was in this one? You got 126 against 123. That's 3 points. Now at 122. It went down to 120. Yeah, so I just best one is just to do quality names for real. MNMR, what is that? BMNR. Man, you guys trade some weird stocks. Yeah, it's fine. Don't sit in there. The other one was this SP. Oh, this one got triggered with a sell signal. Oh boy. So, yeah, it's trying to go into a narrow. Geez, stay. Oh man, 131. Wow. Okay, so this is the 50. This the 200. So 20. Let me see. Remind me on Monday if I can set up a butterfly on this stock. Sell sell some premiums. Let's see if you can structure something here. Oh, it already has a sell signal, so very high implied volatility. Tesla, it's just us old stuff. Let's see, Adobe and stuff, DXEM. There's the new ones are in, which I will post them. Nothing on CRM. Netflix got one. Adobe, we already know. Amgen, we know. Nothing here. T-Mobile already made a move. TMO got one. Oracle got a sell. Meta got nothing. AMT nothing. IBM nothing. Abbott Lab kind of chopping around. Yeah, but these we need rotation first. Pepsi got a nice rebound. Look at that rebound on Pepsi. Nice, beautiful. Now it's above the 50 and 200 as well, which is a good sign. Um, Mark, we already looked at it. Google, we already did. Texas Instrument getting a lift after the beating. ACN, we're in. This, trying to see if we can get to this 255. And this one, got plenty of time, so we're gonna just wait it out a little bit. DHR testing 200. Got the mean reversion. Bristol Myers 1.80. PG, nothing. Nike got Nike after this huge earning. It just, but the stock is doing literally nothing. I was watching this one yesterday, XOM. I mean, on Wednesday and Thursday, and this is Friday. I mean, I just like gotta wait a little bit. This is now risking 50 cents to play a move. Amazon is fine. Kraft. That's it. I mean, McDonald's already looked at them. PayPal got one. Yeah, I'll post these ones. Then I gotta go through the weekly part and see if anything there. Apple is fine. Berkshire Hathaway. Just give some room. Costco, we did a trade on this one. That was a good trade. Kind of backed off this week. One, two, three, four. See it's the whole week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. AMD's up on the top. Did AMD reported earnings yet? No. Mm-mm. Palantir sell now. Yeah, this one is sitting on the 10th decile as well. So I'll see what kind of a beating this stock takes now. Um, Morgan Stanley 3M. Jeez. Look how that tape, man, just literally stretch this one. Two, three, four, five, six, seven. That's 7 straight days of higher bars. Wow. Just kidding. 2 days more than half the rally is gone. That's nasty, man. It's just 7 days. Look at that. That's how the tape just stretches. Tesla we already did. Capital One took one bar down. Caterpillar is slowly backing off, and plus it has a monster run. Caterpillar, so it's coming back right here to this level. Right there, that's the level to watch. That's your prior resistance right there. Will act as a support now on the way down. So we'll see how this area. Goldman Sachs is way up there. BlackRock is there. Booking.com has a buy signal. I know that. I saw that yesterday. Man, this is expensive stock. So Palo Alto right there has earnings on Monday after the bell. It has a buy signal. I mean, it took a huge hit to the downside. It's 177 against 166. That's quite a bit of risk right there. I mean, the upside bet on this stock, it's going to be this 200, which is that 183. So this high right there will be 180. So right now 177, 180 call is the best bet on this stock. If the stock managed to pop, 180 can take you to 183. That's your trade right there. They're gonna jack up this implied volatility in Monday as well. So if it reverses, well, that's your downside. Okay. I have to hold stay it for too long. We have simple screen. If you have any stock you want me to look at them, so let me know. I can put it here. But the process starts from here. Okay, from here. I'll run out. Like I want to do 500. These are the only stocks right now in 500 stocks, the ones that are heading this direction. So we have two energy stock. We have Mark. We already looked at them, and we got one which is Marriott. So see how it looks. It already has a buy signal in a Marriott hotel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we put a red line here, 256. We're at 265. So 9 points worth of a risk to the downside. We can watch this one, see if it can comes back down to the word this ATR 262, 3, 4, get a little bit of a push to the downside. Then we can grab it. Again, the point is to minimize the downside risk as little as possible. That's because if this thing fails on you, on us, or on me, I mean, at least you're not gonna get smoked, with a bigger loss. At least you took a loss, you don't take that big of a loss because you just um minimize the loss as much as possible. You can look like right there, you see. Sometimes if you wait another day or two, like this one case was a little bit longer. Look, sell triggered here on this bar, lower bar, inside day, higher bar, lower bar. You see that how price can manage to come back, manage to climb, but it stayed below this high right there. That's what the red line is. And there you go. If this entry right there, when it triggered on the way back up, would be a perfect entry against this high. And you just stays in a trade to see how far it goes. You see, sometime it does it, like it triggers, price goes up, comes back down. That's where you want to grab them. So I want to close this. I want to make this window. You have to look at this. So right now, you have this big of a window. If you can draw this size of a window, that's the ideal bet that I'm willing to take all day with my closed eyes. I love these kind of a trades. Tight risk, not too tight, but just reasonable. You know, it's the beautiful. All you gotta do is just keep an eye on this low. All you have to do. Price must stay above this low. If it breaks below this low, game over. It's just no longer valid. Simple as that. The same thing here. Price must stay above this prior high. It can come this close, but it needs to stay below. Some of them, they come really close and they just, look at this. There's NVDA. Look at the low. Look at this low. This is like when you time, you say like, you know what, that's it. I'm about to get hit. That's, like if you watching, you're always like saying and talking to yourselves. They're like, okay, that's it. I'm going to be out of the trade. That window is what, few cents. And look, you haven't seen until just now. That's the beauty of this thing, though. This is the beauty. Imagine this. I can show you hundreds of these stocks. They come so close. They just run these down stops. Okay. And then they're just gonna rip them. The actual low is here, 86.62. So this one triggered on a second day after this low, as you can see here on 4-9 daily bar. And then the next day higher, and then look, 4 days, 1, 2, gap down, 3 and 4. This one, the market was pretty heavy, because of all the selling going on and stuff. But look how this low right there held. And look right there. That's the power of these. I wanted to set up something like this to the lows like this, like give more. I was like, no. See, like here, all you're doing is basically you're just using a previous day bar low as your stop loss. If you notice that, that's what it is. Some of them will give you 2 days of lows, but most of them that you will see will have one previous day low is going to be your line in the sand. Any stock that you would look at them, I mean, go here. Now these are the ones that go down a low because these are the mean reversion. When you see right there, the buy triggers here, low on the previous day. That's a huge bar, but low on the previous bar. So any stock that you're gonna look at them will do the same thing. There's QCOM triggered here on 8/11. Stock goes on the previous day low. Right there. Not here, not here. Previous day low. These are tight risk plays. If like they'll get triggers here on 777, 703, because probably happen after the weekend. Higher right there at the high of the bar. Yeah, so one bar, but the thing is this, you don't see this signal until the third day. Keep that thing in mind. It doesn't, you're not gonna see it on the same day. That's just not gonna work. It always triggers after the close on on whatever the previous bar was, a buy or a sell. So this bar right there, we don't know that yet until on Monday. It could be a sell here. I don't think so, because were you gonna, if sell triggers here on a higher bar, where you gonna set up the a stop loss? So it's not gonna have it. You come, so you have to have another bar to the upside in order to set the stop loss on it. So this is, you will learn. It will take some time, but more and more you watch, more and more you will trade, you will see the overall average. So you have to just give a little bit of time. That's all. Just simple screen. That's what I do. That's what you should do. Now, if you really want to jump from anything that I post, well, I want to grab this, I want to take this, I want to buy, if you're doing that part, I mean, it's just you're going a little more crazy. One guy yesterday asking me, like, I was like, dude, are you okay? I mean, like chart after chart after chart, it's like something is not right. I thought, like, I don't know, this guy probably took a loss or something, that he's like literally that desperate, just wanna try to see where he can find the next thing that he can try to recover something. I mean, I'm doing something all the time. I mean, somebody asked me, I gotta pretty much stop everything just to pull that thing so I can post this thing. I mean, I'm trading as well. I'm not just sitting here giving everybody guidance. So just wait when I trade. Just I don't think that it's not like anybody can tell me this, that I don't trade enough. I trade enough, that I don't trade a lot. I don't trade like hardly anything. I trade. I'm an average risk taker guy. Okay, but you're not gonna see me running 7, 8 positions all at once. It's not gonna happen. No, absolutely not. I cannot do that. If you expect that I should run 6 option positions all at one shot, I don't think so. No way. It's too much risk. I'm not throwing out there 15 grand on 6, 7 positions. $15,000 worth of a risk, give or take. If I would um, size them around like 1,800 to $2,000 per trade. Yeah, I'm not. No, put a trade in, wait few days to see how it plays out. If something looks really good in the meantime, then we'll trade more. I mean, just have stuff working. We just have to give a bit of time and see how it plays out. Yeah, don't expect me to do any kind of heavy trading. It's not gonna happen. And then nobody's gonna tell me what I need to trade. Okay, so I trade enough. I mean, we recap. That's what I starting to do this. I want to recap everything what we did this week. We did it last week as well, from Monday till Friday. What we closed, what we have open. We just recap them. That was a week before, from August 4, Monday. So these are all everything is there. You can always scroll up and look for yourself. 6, 7, what we close, what we open, everything, every day is going to have the day, it's going to have exact time, 8:43, exactly when that thing was. Can't, everything is transparent, everything is open. I even, I'm going to stop doing this. I don't think it's just showing off. I do it just to see I'm not showing off or something. I'd rather just do a simple bid, what the bid is, what the debit that you paid, and the closing credit price. That's all. I don't mention any numbers of contracts here either. So I don't know who has what size of account. If I'm trading 7 contracts, risking this much, I don't want you to trade 7 if you have a $30,000 account. That just that's just dumb, to be honest. So that's the only reason I don't do it. But I always tell you what I risk, 1 to 2% of my um um of the account. I run my wife's account anyways. You all know that. I have $100,000 account. That's her money that I manage with you guys. Then I have my own separate account. So if I take $2,000 trade here, I open a 3,500, $4,000 trade on my end. So you always have to look at this way. So if I'm gonna take a loss here for 1,000, I'm gonna lose $2,000 on my other account. So you always either make it double or you can, it's just because I have a decent size account. So I don't, so I take a little bit more. This is $100,000 account, 1,500 for, $2,000 trades that I do here. That's normal. I'm not getting smoked on three different trades all in one chart that I'm gonna lose like all 6 grand in one, on three single trades. No, it's not gonna happen. Okay, so it's all here. We just go week by week. So this message here, they have the window. So whoever the new guy, whoever's here, I'm pretty sure that everybody looked through it. I think it's everything kind of starting to streamline pretty good, as you can see. Like everything is in order. Um, Main chat, everybody can pick on each other here. Signals goes all here. Then we have the daily snapshots. Don't see what trigger on a daily basis. We have a community charts here. This is the guy that, you guys can post any stuff here, any chart other can see, um, take advantage, whatever. I didn't even look at this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, this guy is 4, 2. So you guys can post all of your charts here. Okay. Just keep it clean, and I think it's going to be much easier. Hourly, just a very short term, these small time frame signal fires. So I post these ones here, Elliott waves and stuff. This all goes here. I try not to post any signal, the post here. I try to do only Elliott wave, just the wave count, that we can just keep them all here on this channel. So if anybody, I mean, I know that I'm not doing a lot, but when I do, I mean, there's nothing here. I posted this thing on the 12th, right? So we just went by that the price was at 64.45, right? When I posted this thing on what, 812 on 8:47 at nighttime. Okay. And this week high from 64.45 was 64.81. So we're talking 40 points, right? So what do you want me to change here in 1 week of a 40-point move on the upside? Seriously, somebody can just tell me that. What do I need to change here? We have a zone here, and we just entire week went by. It's a 1 hour chart, and we just managed to go up 41 points since the last time the wave count was updated. That's it. No Elliott wave count needs to be updated every day. Just, it doesn't work this way. You had your upside zone, you have counted the waves, you're looking for like, okay, see if you can make the case and see if you can still ride toward this zone. So this is your zone for the fifth wave from here to here. Now, how long it's gonna take, we don't know that, but you are only watching this zone, which is highlighted. That's it. That can take another week. It can take another 2 more weeks to get up here to here. We don't know that. We simply don't know. So when from here we ever gonna see weakness or whatever happen, well, we're gonna take it day by day and see what happens. When the wave count needs an update, I will do it when it's necessary. Other than that, you just leave the thing alone. Don't do anything to it. I know when to update the wave count. Other than that, you just let it work. This is why I like to keep let's keep most of you into a daily time frame is what the heck one? This one is much easier. You don't have to do anything to it for the next several weeks, even a month. Look, last time I did, I always put a date here, as you notice that every single wave count you ever gonna see of my wave count is gonna have a date on it. The only reason why I do that, I always been this way, is to that I know when was the last time I was on that chart, then when I updated it. Well, I know it has a date right there, and the time is running on the bottom of the screen, as you can see right here. August 16 is today. Right now is 11:10 my time. So time is running, but I don't know when was the last time I was there. Would have multiple wave counts, but you don't know when was the last time you looked at the price, what the price was. So what do I need to do here from here? Nothing. We had a 40-point move this week. So what, sit here to call the top? Minimum test is 6501. This is 200. Oh, we don't know how Ford is going to go. Ford is going to come, is going to be at least minimum 5%. I can say that. I mean, how that 5% will come down, well, that is not going to be in a matter of one single week. I mean, it's just, you have that kind of a month, huge upside. You don't usually just flush it back down. You'll get the initial move down first. That's when we'll try to make the case. Either it's an A wave, then we'll look for a bounce up in a B to see if this higher low swing is gonna hold. Then we're going to see like, okay, do we have a sell signal? Then we have to look and see, do we have swing turn direction to the downside, if it's a downswing or not. You have to take multiple confirmation. I can't rely on a one single wave count like everybody else. That's not how I look at things. We're gonna look at the wicks here. The wicks is I even have wicks as well. It's a very difficult to to label to put signals on them, but I did. But there's no stop those high and low stop losses you can see. That's a pretty nice huge move, right? From here. Yeah, you cannot nobody can you cannot label wicks. It's impossible. But you can get a couple cute entries for sure. So you got to buy here. You got 1, 2, 3 days of spike. This one failed. This one was huge move. This was a big one. Job. So I have that as well. So it's just, I mean, I'm I'm not saying that this fourth is not gonna come. It will, but we need to see signs of that weakness first. I need to see here, need to see the directions of the swing that change. So we need to take some couple, confirmation to call like, okay, yes, we can start making a case of a fourth wave. We starting to see some signs. Not gonna make a two-day, two down day sessions and oh yeah, the top is in. See, I told you. That's what people say. Yeah, I nailed it. This guy right there, man, I'm just like, I mean, I'm not, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to make fun of no one. It's like, will you ever been wrong? Nailed that top. I nailed that top. I'm like, wow. The head got bigger and bigger every single day. Um, yeah, call a bottom like this to the pennies and we'll talk. Talk your yeah, call your tops. We'll see. Got a trend. I'm drawing a channel. It just that channel's not gonna work on a one higher degree anyway. So you wanna if you're gonna do your channel from here like this, well, how you gonna draw it? Because you don't even know where your third is. When the third will end, then we'll make the channel for the fourth wave. So then we'll look for a fifth one to the upside. That will channel will give us the Elliott wave has a very nice channeling technique, that's for sure. So we'll see. Because any dip from here back to the 6147 is 4.57, you know? So we'll see. I mean, there's no what 9.66, you know? I was thinking yesterday that if we talk about seasonality, right? Technically, the first 2 weeks was flat, right? Meaning, sorry, but down, and then it went up. And now, if you look at the seasonality now, it, I don't know. I'm thinking, did they flip this thing here? And now this part will come here. So we gotta watch this one. Okay. So just what we're right here now at the 15th as of yesterday. Okay. Now we have another 2 more weeks to go until here. So did they front load this here and then to bring this part here? That's what we're gonna watch because technically speaking, the August is a very flat month for the market. Okay, it's very choppy. So it just like so we'll see what happens. I mean, it's just something to keep an eye on. That they because these market makers, man, they're not they know what people are watching. So this is one like you position yourself to the downside and they're just gonna smoke you, by flipping this way. So see, I mean, uh, like if you watch this, okay, I mean, it's been all green to green, right? Except for these 3 months here compared to February is always a dead month. That's just, that's literally like a proven fact. February is always the worst, like the best month to take time off from the market in February. It's super cold, okay, first of all. It depends where you live. But in Chicago, in New York, like it's very cold, right? One of the coldest months. Um, and then it's very dead. So yeah, this is where we had the action, which is right there. And then ever since it's been good. So this is the worst month, September, for the overall market. Now this is where we're gonna have a rate cut as well. So we'll see what's gonna happen. So I'm not worried about September yet. Let's finish this part first. Then we'll worry about September. I don't need to jump a month ahead. Focus on what is right now. 9.6, 39, 34, 23, 34, 7.757 and a half. Wow, you see how much Apple recovered, huh? Look at that. Remember when I tell you about 2 down weeks? 2 down quarter, not weeks. 2 down quarters. Oh yeah. Look at that. Healthcare just went flat. Impressive. Just literally went flat. Communication leading now. Industrial was up there before because Google is pushing this way. Google, Meta, these two are they're the top heavy lifter for XLC. Yeah, Google and Meta for sure. Utilities, financials, material, consumer. See, this is a sector, man. It's just that's the one is struggling. You know, this horrible, horrible seasonality this month. This is where you have all your most of the stocks are in here that we basically try to trade. DH home build. Well, look at the real estate. DHI is the was the good one. I looked at him, I think, the other day. At a huge, oops, at a huge, yeah, his buy signal. I know it's been going for a long time. That was a very good buy right there. And it's still going. DR Horton. They're doing a lot of construction. They're building homes here by my house, right? Because most the area that I live in, the, it's most of the area, like when you get out of the neighborhood and stuff, is more like cornfields back there, you know? So the back roads and stuff, when you the back roads and stuff when you get out is all cornfields, you know? So I mean, eventually something is gonna build. Um, but there's if you go a little bit further down, there's a big construction going on over there. Then I saw signs over there of DH the Horton. They're building bought a land. They're building a community over there. So I think the homes are like 400,000 plus, something like this. So I'll see. I might drive one day over there. I don't. I don't. I avoid going into a newer construction site because there's too much debris on the road. You know, it can just it ruins your tires. And then on top of it, they just do all the you can easily pick nails and stuff. You know, puncture your tire. Yeah, I don't like when the new subdivision built, then you can I like to always kind of drive around in the roads and stuff, kind of just to kind of look around, just to kind of see how the overall community looks. But when everything's getting built, no, I mean I don't want to go and pick something there because you got stuff running like trucks are coming, all the then they're doing all the roofs and stuff, and those nails are flying from the gun. Yeah, just gotta all they are on a crazy run. XLB, they're all running like crazy. It's an ETF, home builder ETF. Still got room 50, 200. This is getting got a crossover a couple days ago, and now I just see if they can do an extension run from here to here. Um, I think S&P 100 stocks that I trade every single day. It's the this is more than enough that I can probably say to. I understand some people have their different um picks, what they like, this and that. I'm focused on these every day. I'm watching these companies. Okay, that's 100 stocks right here. I will find plenty of signals from these stocks. You know, I'm just I know some of you guys like to trade some different names. I do it as well. Sometimes I do, not as much. There's 100 stocks right there, RG, right there. How many more do you want? All 100 stocks. 100 stocks. Now, if you want to go into a sectors, there is the top leader of that sector is here. Because that's why it is in a 100. We can filter it down to 50, which is where's that Russell 50? Come on, right here. I come down to 50. Now we have 50, top 50 companies. We'll cut this one down to, come on, I just did it. Now we have 50. That's it. All on one page. 50 RRG, 50 stocks. This is what I like. I like quality names. As a matter of fact, I bought this one, the the Living. This one showed up. The only reason I got interested in this stock is because RG, because I run scans. So this stock showed popped up on the scan on the mid cap. Then I pull up a stock and I was like, okay, here's a low. I was like, I can easily count one, two, three, four, five, put an A here, sideways wedge pattern right there, B. And it's gonna be at least 50% retracement. So I bought shares here at 43.60. I was like, okay, got five up, three down. We should get another C wave to the upside. So this is where we at now. So we're just looking for, I'm just um, looking for this measured move, distance travel from here to here, projected from this low, equal distance at 56. So I set alert right there at 56 for now. So I have shares. I'm worried about it. I mean, I understand that it can come back, it can back off a little bit. Look at the 50 and 200 now, it's way down here. My entry is even below the 50 and 200 now. The car has a monster move to the upside. So we'll see. I mean, if it's going to get to 56, it can get up to 60. I'd love to get here if it can kind of like go a little bit of a sideways move and then try to make his way up. But it's working, so let it work. I don't care. Shares, I'm not worried about it. It's a $75, 70, sorry, not $75, 75 shares that I bought on this stock. So you can do the math. I mean, again, it's not, I do sometimes, but I'm not too crazy about these mid caps and that kind of. Um, the other side of 86, I think it's so, what about right now? So, very low volatility. So we'll see. I mean, if I run a scan, if it shows up, if something that looks good, I'll buy it. Other than that, I'm not. I pay attention to this. But the market opens, I look to see. I have my other screen to see how everything opens, how RGs in, updating in the first 1 hour. So then that's why I try to take a snapshot, just post it to see like, okay, here everything looks now because it moves on a real time. When as soon as the market is gonna move, this sucker right there is gonna start swimming. So they don't move that much, but some of them they're starting to form hooks. So it just gotta watch and see and how everything is opening, what looks, where the strength is, where the weakness is, how the sector looks like, and what kind of a news. These are the big names are the ones that are gonna drive the overall market anyways. So just eyes on this one. And if I wanted to expand this thing to 100, then we'll take 50 and we'll add 150 more stocks. We'll go to 100 list. That's all I trade. That's all I wanted to trade, to be honest. I don't trade anything else. I like the leaders. That's all. Yeah, I'm just gonna watch this service now. Service now is right here. Yeah, it doesn't show up in a scan yet. I, so we have Adobe's working. ACN is good. I like this one. ACN can make a move, man. It's gonna be nice. Very nice alpha here on this trade. This is a 10th decile on that by the distance from here to here. It's a 10th decile. So that's distance right there is gonna can push the stock really good. So we need to just need to hold the buy button just and hold the buy and we'll see how it goes. So we nailed a lot of trades from this RNG. I'm pretty sure a lot of you pay attention to it. We have done a lot of trades. Well, some of them fails as well, so it's part of the game. Yeah, Visa and stuff, probably. All um, you gotta have to put the whole thing here, a different screen here. That's the screen that most of them that I watch. It's on the 1 hour. Got a 1 hour daily chart, weekly chart, monthly chart. That's the 50 RAG, 50 stocks. 100 I cannot do. 100 is going to be way too many. So I opened this one yesterday. I was going to get this one. I kind of, ISRG. You see how UNH is moving? You look at the rotation rate, how long that's why you saw a huge move on United Healthcare. The RG is gonna confirm that move. Mark my word. This is where you see the momentum and alpha right in front of you in real time. What else do you want? You know how many top hedge fund managers is the institute people who manage their money, they manage their portfolios and stuff? That's what they're sitting watching. You think these guys are sitting and talking on CNBC and stuff? You think they're not watching the relative strength? 100% they are. How many times they comes in, then at the end of the show on Fast Money, I think they call Fast Money, whatever the noon time that comes, they make their picks. Or, they like on the very last like 10 seconds, what are you buying? Okay, I'm interested in buying this. Okay, what are you buying? I'm buying this. You know how many times I look those two stocks that are sitting right into the lagging quadrant? That's how they pick stocks. I know what they're doing. And I know what they're looking at as well. You want to buy something here. Here, your move is it's pretty much done from here to here. You can catch some upside, but the real move is right here. That's the move you want to catch because this is the starting. That's when the rotation goes here and somewhere around here. This is what you want. North, east. This is the direction that you're looking for, heading north, east. EXP. Yeah, financials has some good names that popped up. I mean, you can get a financial name. I need to see. I haven't looked at. Yeah, COF already looked at Capital One. AXP is here. It's down here. You see, it's just you just have a bigger window now. That's all. See, it triggered 3, 4, 5. So it's been 5 days on 8, 8. So that was last Friday. So it's only 1 week has already went by. If it pulls back, yeah, it would be nice. I mean, I would have catch this. At least I can try to take advantage of this move. Just to measure some. Financial doesn't show XP is not here. Let me see. I can run on a financial. See. See, there's nothing. None of these buy signals are confirming the RG though. Anything on the weekly side? No. Let's see for a second. We can go to where's financial? You see, there's nothing here yet. His Wells Fargo is right here. PayPal is here. There's nothing here yet that actually giving you the some probably one. There's EXP right here. That giving you the confirmation for the Northeast. That's what I want. This one was they probably made their way out because they already went in an improving quadrant now. Here's COF right here. It's PNC. Don't worry. I'll find something. Got a mean reversion here. You see a lot of these stocks, they had a pretty big run, push to the upside. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. There's 4 higher bars. This is the inside day right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so just that took a 3.5. Not bad. Not bad. Connect. Oh, there you go. That resistance got right there. A bit of a throw, but that's what did. I gotta hit us hard right there at that top of the channel. Damn. Yeah, I'll find something. Don't worry. Okay. Have a good rest of the day. Some of them are just the thing is this, I have a certain script that only gonna filter stock that is actually heading the exact right direction. And you don't want to pick random looking stocks from here. It's gonna hurt you. It's not how it works. Like these ones. Oh yeah, it's moving up, and that's not how you just blindly pick stocks like this. No, it has to have the right angle. That's what you're looking for. There's too many of them are moving because some of them are moving and turn around as well. So yeah, there's nothing here. That's why otherwise I would have pulled here on a daily. If I run a 500 with anything on healthcare, the only mark anything in industrial. It doesn't matter if I'm gonna do a 500, it's gonna filter everything I know. Everything is in a 500 anyway. So you can do in Russell 1000. Now here comes a zombie companies. Now it's scanning 1000 stocks. Teamwork is here as well. Roku, not a lot, not a lot. Only 9 stocks showing up. There you go. That's what you want. Teamwork. It's a little close by, so you want to focus something here. Marriott is one. We're gonna keep an eye on this one. Zoom, I think they have earnings, I believe. Didn't we just looked at them? I think they do. I think they have earnings coming. So Roku is here. I don't even know what is that. AV, that's a pretty beaten down stock. Wow. That 13-point stock is not gonna move much. Nothing here recently. Nah, pass. Oh boy. What a mess. Roku looks little trying to curve this one. Nice. Guys, we failed last time at 78.6. So this is what you got a lot of rejection here. The 78.6 retracement. So I gotta clear this. I gotta break this wall. Maybe I got it down ENG. A lot of some of these energy names. So there should be ENG. I know that. That's a that's a nice wedge pattern here. There's my right here. This thing can break. That's the play. God, these damn signals are awesome. High triggers on the bar, and then the next bar is higher bar. Huh. Took me a long time. See, when this triggers right here in the lower bar, the next day bar must be a higher bar. There you go, a higher bar. The same thing here. Trigger on a down bar. Next is a higher bar. Another higher bar. Inside bar, inside higher bar. This might break out. Rotation looks pretty good. This is a stock that you need to avoid buying an option. Okay. It's very difficult to get filled and it's a very difficult to get out. So your best shot is, I mean, it doesn't even look like him. It's like your best shot is the shears. Yeah, I got a buy signal here. He looks kind of 115, 118. Backed off right from 200 EMA yesterday. So it went and hugged the 200, but forced rejection. So we'll see. It's gonna make another attempt. Now it's between 50 and 200 to see if it's gonna manage to clear this. So that's your, if it does, that's your full zone to target. And when you get there, confirmation above the channel, above the 200, to the zone, and then you look up. So that's the play on this one. Okay, I gotta go. Tired. STT. What the hell do you trade all the time? What is that? STT. Where do you come up with all these names? I gotta do it here then. STT. Oh, it says no alpha. I mean, if you want to get in, I mean, this thing is gonna be huge move to the upside. It's trying to make a diagonal here, to be honest. Yeah, looking a little risky now. See right here. So you gotta watch this one. Well, we could do 1, 2, 3, 4. It can get one more push to the upside. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. Can get a little bit more overshoot, but this thing is going to be due for this pretty soon. And these ones are the worst, nasty to the downside. Diagonals. So keep that thing in mind. Okie dokie. Time for Dow. You mean Dow Jones Industrial Average? It's the same thing. Well, if we have Qs and I don't know if I even do that. God, 716. Okay, well, delete all this and see what we can do. Yeah, they're all the same. So I gotta ask him what the hell did he do to this little pointer? It's all blue. Um, so 200. Oh, we did make a new we did make a new high. So we're still on the same Well, the S&P and the Qs, they they went above the 200, right? This one hasn't even reached the 200 yet. You see, when you look at the S&P, it's near at, oh, oh God, I'm like, see, and it's already a little went above 200. And the Dow hasn't even, so this one is gonna get to, if we're making a new high, we should be able to get to 477 from here. I don't know when, but just to get to a 127 extension. Go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 here. I don't know, man, if we're really gonna open this one. No. Yeah, look at that 200. Now this makes sense. What was this one? These fourth waves are kind of wild. 1, 2, 3. I would put this is an ongoing, make it shorter. Yeah, I would. That's the right way to put a 1 here. And either 2 here, or you can just make a 2 here. You can start from here as well. Just to, the thing is this, you just made a teeny tiny new high right there. You gotta break and put some, yeah, it's not a very, yeah, Dow is, if we would really match them side by side, I don't really have to fight these. Can just leave it like this is the way I would leave it, to be honest. Like this. This will exactly match the cues. Um and and the S&P. So we could do this, just decompose. So you got 1, 2, third wave here. You can make this there. So you got 261.8. That's good. That's a little crazy compared to 2, which is just fine. Smaller waves. You got third wave right there, 200, 231.6. Wave 2, 38.2. Yeah, I would just leave it like this because now the price end up making a new high anyway. So this is a three-wave correction for sure. There's no, there was no argument there, that's for sure. So you got an ABC, high at high. Oops. That's it. So I'll just leave it like this. Okay. Okay. So from here we can try to see if we can build a zone. Pin it, this, um, pin again. Yeah, that's it. So this is your upside zone. Don't worry about this entire thing. You got a bunch of, you need to find where you have the most cluster of fibs starting to stack together. So that's how you build zones. So we're gonna mark them now. So this is gonna make one, then we're gonna make this two, then we're gonna make this three. And then you can just color them differently if you want. I use green one instead of yellow. Yellow I use for uh, for a support, and then the greens are always my targets. So these are your upside. You can draw a bracket here. Mhm. You're making me do Elliott wave now. So we can do an FRZ, put a top value of 466, bottom value of 451. So this is your FRZ. FRZ stands for fib resistance zone. We're building zones to the upside. Okay. So this is the story of diamonds for you. So this will match the same, whatever the case of this fourth here, four here. You might see a little different color, but it's just fine. I can change the label. And the four here. So it depends. I've had this thing there. It doesn't matter. So whenever the weakness that we're gonna see, you see we have the same. We have multiple zone. Well, how far the price would go? Well, I don't know that, but you just have to watch these prints. Okay, because one of these prints right there is gonna put the top in. Okay. Yeah, this sucker went over here. I'm gonna turn this thing into a red bar. You ain't gonna break that. So you sit back and watch. Yeah, double top is indexes normally don't just put double top as your confirmation. Double top is always gonna get taken out by the index. No top has ever made with a double or triple top, especially the indexes. And those S&P is gonna clear the double top eventually one way or another. Because every time when you look at the biggest, it can you cannot the largest percentage to retracement. This is actually smaller anyways, because you have to look the the market is making the retracement. It's getting smaller and smaller. This is because it's working on a much higher degree. You see right there, 21%. These these pullbacks in a market are getting smaller and smaller. It's COVID. See? 35, 27, 21. When you have smaller and smaller retracements going up, it means that the longer term trend still continues. The only way that you're going to find out the next trend confirmation when you're going to have a drop which is going to be bigger than 21%. That drop has to exceed bigger in magnitude and length compared to your older the previous swing. That's how you can call a market top was there up on the top. This is not a market top anywhere close. The trend continues on a higher time frame, but the corrections are getting smaller and smaller. You can see it right there. It's not like you cannot see it. 35, 27, and 21. It's since COVID. How far do you want to go back? So anywhere, all these corrections that you are seeing right there, they're all small. 5 to 5 to 10, 10%. There's nothing at this kind of extreme level. So when these numbers right there, if the next one is going to come back at 15% and then the price rips right back up, makes a new higher high, it means that the trend is still going. The only time that you're going to actually call the market top when you're going to have a drop bigger than 21%. You need to exceed the prior swing percentage range in a length to to make the case of the second wave. There comes your larger correction on a bigger time frame. I will tell you, you don't have to worry about that. Some of you worry too much. That's the problem. Okay? Trend is your friend. Don't fight it. They always never try to piss in the wind. Okay.